The derby. What does the history of the word derby come from? There's a few different theories. The Earl of Derby, who apparently through family connections owned Stanley Park in Liverpool. One of the suggestions is that the derby came from Liverpool, Everton. Another one is the horse race. The derby, of course, the famous derby. The one that seems to have the most credibility, though, is that a town in Ashbourne, which is near Derby, in Derbyshire, way back when, I think 17th century or something like that, used to have a match, you know, the old days before football, when they used to play village against village, and they had to take like a medicine ball effectively into the other village to win. That was called the derby, and that type of rivalry between two close villages became what we know as the derby today. To me, the only derby that means anything is the intercity derby. So, you know, Real Madrid against Barcelona isn't the derby. Dortmund against Schalke, as much as I'm a Schalke fan, isn't the derby. City against United just about is, even though they're from Stretford. So I'm counting this one as the real derby. Let's see who we meet today. There'll be loads of characters here today, and there'll be loads of ex-players here as well today, so relishing this one. Let's see who's out and about.
It's a massive game, isn't it? So, I mean, I think my first was 1986, I think it was 1 each. That was Mick McCarthy, I think, scored that amazing header on it. Obviously the 5-1, I should have got hat-trick the next year. It was 3-all, I got 2. Just amazing. To be honest, we always felt we didn't really compete in them, to be honest, certainly the away games, but I think since Kevin Keegan came, it's been unbelievable for City, and they've always competed, and obviously at the minute we go into the game big favourites, but you've got to do it, haven't you? So looking forward to it.
Despite all the success of recent years, that 5-1 is still remembered by fans, isn't it?
Oh, I know, and I always say it was like a bit of a false dawn for us, because we were rubbish after it, weren't we? But I know it means so much to the guys who were really coming through as City fans at that time, the teenagers and the guys in the 20s. It means so much, more than a lot of the recent successes. So it was such a memorable occasion, and I wish I could find better memories from it, and I'm learning to do that, but it was a brilliant day, yeah.
You still played a big part in it, so thank you.
No worries whatsoever, enjoyed it, pal.
A derby's a derby. It don't matter where each team are in the league, it don't matter if you're in the same league. A derby's a derby for supporters, and I'm a supporter now, so you know I'll be cheering the Blues on. We are 4 points behind Arsenal. That's our concern today. We want to close that gap on Arsenal, which will be down to a point if we can turn over United today. Bookmakers make us favourites, but I think whoever wants it most on Derby Day wins it, and I'm quite certain we will want it most.
And this is a true derby, isn't it? You know,
It is,
some
yeah.
other games are called derbies, but this is the real one, isn't it?
Of course it's the real derby. I mean, you know, Paul Scholes came out with a great comment. He said, I brought up in Manchester. He said, a derby for me is not Liverpool. Oh, really? Derby is City, no matter where they are, what division. When we play them, we always want to beat them. And that is an absolutely right Manchester lad who believes in the derby, who knows what it means to him, his family, his pals, to win or lose a derby. Because if you lose, you're hiding for a bit. So we've not seen United fans for a while, so welcome back.
It'd be interesting Haaland against Martinez in the defence. That'll be really interesting.
It'd be better if it was Maguire though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true. That's probably the worst issue. He's not playing.
Well, it means everything, of course, especially when we win. If we don't win, it doesn't mean anything at all. It's just another game, isn't it? No, listen, I'm more excited than I normally would be for a derby. By that I mean I'm normally very, very nervous. I don't feel quite so nervous yet, but we are 3 hours before kick-off, so we've got plenty of time for that to kick in. But yeah, I'm feeling good about today. Very good.
You know what the derby means to me? It means everything, but it means even more if we win. We've got to win today. United are in good form, but we're in better form, so hopefully we can bring it home.
What's your happiest derby memory?
You know that. I see the 6-1, obviously. I mean, I got man of the match in that game as well. Do you remember that?
I do.
I think you gave me a 2 out of 10 in that game, didn't you?
Me? I wouldn't do that.
Nice one, mate.
Hey, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
For me, it was always the biggest day in the calendar for the City games. It's just even the build up to it. You know, the week before, you know, you're just wanting to beat them. In our day, it was a little bit different. But yeah, you can't beat a Derby Day atmosphere. You know, the fans are up for it, the players are up for it, and I'm really looking forward to today.
What's it mean how did it feel to score a screamer at Old Trafford? Con, you must have been asked that a million times.
Well, I didn't score many, did I? But yeah, to score there, and you know, I can always look back on it now. It's there on film. I've kind of done it. But yeah, in terms of, like I said, I didn't score that many goals, but in terms of memories, that's probably my biggest memory. And to do it at Old Trafford was even better. Just a shame we didn't win that day, which we should have done. We ended up getting a draw. But I think the lads today, they're more than capable of scoring plenty of goals like that and better than that, and more of them.
I can only imagine it must have felt better than sex scoring that.
I have to be careful. My wife might be listening, but yeah, it was a brilliant feeling. And every time I look at it now, I say it sends a tingle through my spine.
You're
and the good thing is,
hairs on the back of the neck stood up, but you haven't got any.
Oh yeah, it's all gone, even at the back of my hair. But yeah, it's a great memory, and I'll treasure it forever.
My little boy's mascot today as well, so it's his first time at a Premier League game, so he's going to be running out with one of the players. I'm not sure which one, but it's a big day for me, it's a big day for him, it's a big day for the whole family, and just hope we can get the 3 points.
Is he lucky?
Well, he has been so far. He was at the Dortmund game, that was his first Champions League game, so he's lucky so far. We follow the Central Coast Mariners back home, and they're doing all right, so it's his fault if we don't win, though.
What's his name?
Arlo Woods.
Good luck, Arlo. The man who's played for both clubs. What does the derby mean to you?
It's just one of the best games in the world. You know, it's a privilege, I think, to play for both teams. And look, this means a lot to obviously the city of Manchester, whether you're red or a blue, and you know the league table's important too. So a lot to play for everyone.
I presume you played in a Munich derby as well, haven't you?
Played in a few derbies, yeah. I mean, look, football at this level is a beautiful thing anyway. It's what you dream of as a young kid. But I think to play in a game like this, you know, is something special.
Is this the ultimate derby then?
Well, I mean, look, every derby is important to the city, to the fans and stuff. So this means everything to obviously to the Manchester fans, but it's a big game in a lot of contexts. So I'm curious to see how it plays out.
I love the shirt, David. That's making a statement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too big. Maybe they should adjust their sizing, but yeah.
That means the derby means something to you, doesn't it?
This is a massive game for 2 reasons. Well, more than 2 reasons, but you've got City, who at the moment seem to be scoring for fun, against the Man United side, who people expect will be scored against for fun, but I think there's going to be more to it than that. So, yeah, it's a big game. Need all the support that City can get to get the win.
They're going to win?
They're going to win.
And how does this derby compare to Liverpool derby, because you've played in that too?
They're different. They're unique, especially this one, because you've got Manchester United with all their history, and you've got City with their current history. I mean, the Liverpool-Everton derby was a local affair with one side that wasn't particularly gifted in the art of winning. So, yeah, different but good.
That really should not be allowed.
I'm a cab driver in Manchester. We'll go to the airport, and all the United fans, when after a derby for the last couple of years, it's nice and quiet. They're not outside screaming their mouths off, saying, "No, we rule the city." No City fans just sit there. We don't make a big deal of it. We just let them know that we know. Yeah, definitely.
I think City have got to be careful of United getting us on the counter-attack, and I think Cancelo will fling one in. Haaland will put that in.
Then.
Cancelo will fling one in. Yeah, and Haaland will head it in the net, and I think we'll win 2-0.
So you're confident then?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I'm here to meet my nephew. As always, messes up his supporters number, so I've got to come and swipe him in. It never changes that. But I remember taking him to his first derby game, and that was when City beat United 1-0 and Giovanni scored. Went in nicely off Rio Ferdinand's backside, and I take that today, by the way. I remember turning to him while he was on the seat, and his face lit up when the ball hit the back of the net. And as he's falling through the seat, I managed to pick him up in one arm, and we celebrated together. But that was the longest 70 minutes after that point. Tevez nearly scored for them right at the death. It ages you, Derby Day ages you. But we'll win today, man, we'll win today. 3-1, come on City.
The closest I came to playing in the City derby was Lakey's testimonial, but I got injured the day before, so
Unfortunately, I never got to play in one, but it's my first Manchester derby today, so looking forward to it.
You've played for other clubs, you've seen other derbies.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the biggest?
Absolutely. I played in the North London derby, I played in the South London derby, Palace, Millwall, Palace, Charlton, but the North London derby was big, but nothing like this, I don't think. Arsenal supporters and Tottenham fans will give me a bit of stick for that, but no, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, so I'm buzzing for today.
And your memories of playing for City?
Oh, brilliant. Two or three great years. Although the club was going through a bad time at the moment, this place holds a special place in my heart. And I look at it now and it's a different stratosphere, but still seeing all the old faces that were there 30 years ago, so it's amazing. Brilliant, absolutely. So I just hope the not so noisy neighbours that don't turn up today.
I don't like Derby Day, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's not even because they're any good, it's more because it's City, isn't it? You know, like I genuinely think they'll score, and I don't want to be a downer, but I think we'll win. Grealish starting's interesting for me. I know he's had a good few games, but I thought he'd play Mahrez because he's one of his favourites. But yeah, let's see. Look, we need to win. Arsenal are looking good this year. I genuinely think they'll be in it. So Liverpool are gone, but let's see what happens.
Well, this is quite a view up here at the top of the south stand. What's it like watching a match up here?
Oh, it's fabulous. The view's fantastic. It's almost like being at home at Wembley.
Really?
yeah.
So what's your thoughts on the derby? You've seen a few down the years, haven't you?
Oh, I've seen many a derby. Even saw the one that sent us down at Main Road when they got that dubious penalty when Dennis Law fell over the goalkeeper. If you remember all them many years ago. But I think today, big miss Rodri. Really big miss that today. But I still think we've got enough firepower to do these. I really do.
What's your feeling on the derby? I've spoken to some City fans who are a little bit nervous, others who are very, very confident. Where are you?
I'm a little bit in the middle. I'm a bit dubious. I think we're going to win, but I think it's going to be tighter than what I thought. I think missing Rodri, maybe not Diaz at the back, it's a little bit cause concern because I've not seen much about Akanji yet, but he's done really well since Diaz came into it. So I think we are going to win, but it's going to be tight.
You're not too far away from the United fans here, are you? What's it like on Derby Day?
I tend not to really look at them. I kind of focus on my job really.
They're all dressed in black, aren't they? So you don't even know who they are anyway. You know what I mean? They're MIBs, aren't they? They like to, when they get beat, they like to hide, don't they? And just go away with all dressed in black.
Enjoy the game, lads.
Thanks, Susie. Appreciate that. Good luck, mate.
It's going to be a good game though, to be honest. Finally again a proper derby with two teams with qualities, but I got to go, I'm biased, so I'm going to go City all day, 3-1.
You're still a blue at heart.
I'm still a blue at heart, all day.
The derby talk to itself, you know, when you're playing a derby and you win, you always enjoy it. When you're playing derby, when it's coming, you know that it motivates everyone.
What's it like to score at Old Trafford?
No, it's amazing, you know. By the time I scored, we were always losing there, you know. When I scored, we won, then I opened the doors for everyone now. We're going there to win all the time.
And you've got a big smile on your face as well. I mean, 4-0 at half time.
4-0 at half time versus anyone's great. 4-0 at half time against Man United is even greater. I think, you know, myself and a few other City fans, you're still a bit nervous before games, but that performance in the first half.
Surely you weren't nervous before this.
For me, if you're not getting nervous as a City fan, like how long you've been supporting, I think if you're new, then great. But that's incredible. It's 4-0, it could have been 6. United were in a good moment, they've won 4 games in a row, but as you see that, you know, City just a class apart.
I don't think we're going to wipe the smile off your face.
He's always smiling.
I know you're always smiling.
Always smiling.
And you're smiling as well, so we're all happy.
I hope the second half, hopefully, I'd prefer if it's uneventful, fine, because I'll take this right now. This just feels unreal, but we'll see how it goes.
Can you put that into words for me,
Andy? I can't. It's impossible. A team that are in form, we're a team that I felt before the game, it looked disjointed. Because obviously losing Rodri and his influence, 2 centre-halves that haven't played together on a big stage, on a big game. But United were so poor. Take nothing away from City, we're breathtaking at times. I spoke about before the game about the countering the counter and how we'll open them up. When they overexpose themselves, we will hurt them.
in possession of the ball because the space then will be behind for Haaland to run into. But I never saw this coming. And 5 minutes into the game, me and Ali were talking about there's a shape that City struggled to break down, and there's a shape that we destroy. They went with a shape that we destroy, with a narrow back four where we end up leaving our wide men one-on-one. Silva and De Bruyne create the 2-on-1 and then the inside overlap, and we destroyed them. And it was so easy, and it's not been clever after the event, because 2 minutes into the game we said these are wide open, the pockets are huge and we can hurt them, and we did, and it's magical. Brilliant, I love it.
Good win, good game. Shame about the 2 goals to finish, but better team by far. Best team, they're nowhere close. And when Pep did the 4 changes at the end, we kind of lost balance. Come on, boys! 6 goals. Haaland, Foden. Amazing. What a team, what a time. Go on.
Ian, what can I say? 6-1 at the swamp. 6-3, could have been 8, could have been 10. But let's have a look now. We've got that beast up front. That man there can just destroy anything. We bring them 4 up. We'll only take 4 up. Bring 4 up and just relax. We just coach them. And that's how they got 2 more goals, maybe 3. How many more? If we were left that side on, what could damage would we have caused them? We've damaged them there. They're absolutely running. That is a team that's won 4 on the trot. They are a show. That's it. Remember that? Not in my lifetime. You better think about that again, mister. You are finished. That is the team there that took over. We are there. And that looks like leave. Very happy man. That's me happy. That big 5-6-year-old, now 67, confident. The Blues are back.
Smoked them, and couldn't have gone any better. They got a few lucky goals, but we smoked them.
Could have been a lot more than that, couldn't it?
It could have, that's it. At the end of the day, it was a better team by far, so that's all you can ask, isn't it? That's all you can ask.
Absolute quality, City.
I'm disappointed that United got on the score sheet at all. They didn't deserve to. And really, I think we should have pressed for the 7th and 8th. That's my thoughts here.
Well, that first half was like no game I've ever seen before in my life. And the way we were mocking him in the second half was just the most enjoyable experience I've ever had in a football game. It was fantastic. I thought I was delighted for Grealish because I thought he's announced himself as a City career today. I really thought it was amazing in the first half. Foden, Haaland, what can you say? Just couldn't have been better in that first half.
Haaland's just a beast, isn't he?
It's just it's like that goal down here by the post. I just didn't even see it. I didn't even see how it could go in till it was in. I don't know how he does it.
I mean, I get the feeling just watching this that City are in an unstoppable mood this season.
Yeah, I mean, and I was a bit startled when I saw the lineup, and I was even a bit concerned really, but no need to be. I mean, that first half was absolutely, nobody can live with that stuff in that first half. Foden down that wing was incredible. It's just incredible.
I thought, well, we were great, but It's annoying me we conceded. We were 6-1 up. I was like, I'll go for 7. And then we conceded another 2.
He's just rotating though. He's resting players.
He has done, yeah. He has to. We have to, don't you? I thought he would have taken Haaland off, but then he got his hat-trick. So 3 home games, 3 hat-tricks. Early on, it's a blue. It's a blue. It's a blue.
My uncle died the other day, City fan, and I said how nice it would be if we win today for him. I'm dedicating it to you, Bob, because I used to go to Main Road with him, 58. However, my voice is gone, but we absolutely played them off the park. They didn't deserve the 3, so forget that. They did not deserve it. That was just sheer luck. They're bottle merchants. I knew this team did not have the same fight as we did. Top team, Haaland terrorised them. And they should have signed him because it's our benefit.
I'm blown away. It's something I never thought in my life I'd even get to attend a derby, much less see City just play electric football.
Where have you come from then?
From America, from Charlottesville, Virginia. You're like a rock star to me, so I just love meeting you and being able to take all this in. It's definitely the cherry on top of an amazing Sunday.
Not a bad trip then, eh?
Not a bad trip, eh? Great to see you.
That's what I think. Erling's on fire with passionate love. He scores against United and scores loads of goals. Hey, look, he is here, look. The robot. Peter Crouch against Jamaica, 6-0, told us what to expect in a couple of years' time. Do you know what? It's been, 2006 to now? It's been 15, 16 years, and the robot has finally arrived in England. The real robot, not Crouchy, as good as he was. Erling Haaland has turned up, and he's arrived. Foden was excellent today.
Haaland will be better than Aguero.
Haaland is the biggest player in the world at the moment.
How can you wear, are you a City fan?
Me?
How can you wear that scarf?
No, I'm Barcelona fan. That's him.
Right.
Maguire's a bullshit. Bruno Fernandes.
Well, you got to get rid of that scarf then.
No. That's Barcelona. Boys, that's like coming to the match with your current girlfriend and your ex-girlfriend. Can't do that.
You don't normally see queues like this after the game to buy the programme, but they obviously all want a souvenir of a fantastic victory. But no great surprise that everybody wanted to speak to me after that particular game. I know 6-3 sort of flattered United a little bit, but the beast that is Erling Haaland, he is just something else, isn't he? He's got to be the best player in the world at the moment. Phil Foden, obviously a City fan all his life, come up through the academy. I bet he enjoyed that, and so he should. That was just an absolute joy to watch. I don't know where else to sum it up, really. There were some smiling faces all around me, chanting. Still everybody's around here. Normally by the time I'm saying goodbye on these vlogs, everybody's gone, but nobody wants to go, I don't think, today. Perhaps because they're all queuing up to get programmes. Anyway, I'll be back to do it all again against Copenhagen in the Champions League in midweek. I'll be doing an audio podcast later this evening, which is of course Sunday evening, so don't forget to listen to the audio podcast as well. Thanks to the RRG Group Timpson and to Howard Solicitors for supporting me. And if you want to support me, get in contact. You can find me on Twitter or email or whatever. I'm always looking for people to team up with. So in the meantime, have a great weekend. Isn't it great to be a Blue? You know, I'm going to say that again. Isn't it great? Isn't it great to be a Blue? Yes, it is.